Hello, I'm Jeff Myers, and welcome to Elgin Today. On this edition, a bit more chilly weather-wise this year it was for the Nightmare on Chicago Street, but still a great crowd was on hand. One of the highlights on stage, MeTV's Svengoolie and 60s singing star Freddie Boom Boom Cannon singing the Svengoolie Stomp with stomping help from Mayor David Captain. The Downtown Neighborhood Association's Winter Wonderland will take place on Saturday, December 1st, and we will hear all the details from Christina Gonzalez of the DNA. Mr. Ernie Broadnax tells us about the tour the students of Ron O'Neill School led through the neighborhood where Ernie grew up and also where Elgin's first African-Americans settled back in 1862. Johnson University President Dr. Gene Kroom on Monday, October 22nd, announced the school will field a football team starting in the fall of 2021 and begin introducing the program with these coaches in the fall of 2019. And from the center of Elgin, Mayor David Captain's guest, former Elgin Mayor Ed Schock, as plans are being made to rename the center of Elgin the Edward Schock Center of Elgin. A wonderful salute to former Mayor Schock. We'll have these stories and more on this edition of Elgin Today. Some of the faces of a crowd of about 12,500 for the 2018 edition of Nightmare on Chicago Street. The weather was a bit more of a factor for this year than it was in the previous 7, but it's still a great time, and the lines to enter were swift and efficient. We talked with this lady who is making her first venture to Nightmare.
Hi, I'm Martha Martinez, and this is my first year at Nightmare. I'm freezing, but it's really nice. There's so many things to see here. I've never been here, but it's really nice. So I'm enjoying myself. I'm looking for a hot drink.
Hey, it's great. Even on a cool night, you're still having fun, aren't you?
Even on a cool night, I can't believe how many people are here. It's wonderful.
We all came out to see you. It was easy to get in this year, wasn't it? Really easy with the crowd to get in?
Yeah, it was a lot easier, but I haven't been here before, but we didn't have a hard time getting in.
Who came up with your costume?
You? Well, we wanted to do good and evil.
Oh, well, let's see, good and evil.
A bit of each.
Which is which?
You never know, do you?
Well, thanks for coming out, kid.
Okay, great to talk to you.
Bye-bye. A highlight of the night on stage, MeTV's Svengoolie introduced a legendary singer of the 1960s, and he also performed a song which he wrote for Svengoolie, and Mayor David Captain kind of danced to stomp along.
So the city of Elgin and the Nightmare on Chicago Street decided we'd have a special guest this year. This is a great honor. This is a guy who has rubbed elbows with Elvis Presley and Chuck Berry. He's a guy who introduced you to Tallahassee Lassie. He brought you way down yonder in New Orleans and took you on a ride at Palisades Park, the one and only Freddie Boom Boom Cannon.
All right.
Great to see you, Freddie. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, never. This is the first.
She did the stomp. Svengoolie stomp. She did the stomp. Svengoolie stomp. When the moon is full, the zombies rock. Now everybody's doing the Svengoolie stomp.
Freddie Cannon's still the same, sounds the same. Talked to him personally, sounds like the same guy he did many, many years ago.
And you told that Elgin is famous for what? A party?
Party town.
Yeah.
Party town in northern Illinois.
That's great. It looks like everything worked well as far as getting everybody in the place tonight.
It did, yeah. It's a really great night. Turned out a little cold for everybody, but hey, I think everybody's having a good time, and that's what Halloween's about.
You were dancing. Can you show us that stomp one more time? Go back to
bad knee.
Can you do it?
I can't do it without the chicken. We got it. I got to have a chicken.
It was delightful, Mayor. Nice work.
Thanks a lot.
Next, let's check in with Christina Gonzalez, Events and Promotion Coordinator for the Downtown Neighborhood Association, as she previews an event that takes place on the first day of the last month of the year.
December 1st will be Winter Wonderland. It's returning to downtown Elgin. It's happening at 2 p.m. from 6 p.m. Last year was such a great event. We had great weather, so we really want to just bring back that sense of community and drive people to the downtown. We're going to have a ton of events. There's going to be a live nativity scene, a petting zoo, carriage ride, a winter market happening inside 51 Spring Street, so at Elgin Art Space Lofts. And we're also just going to have so many free, fun family activities. All the downtown businesses that will be open and in the area are going to have activities that you can come shop, you can come spend the day with the family, spend the day with the kids, and just really enjoy the beginning of the winter Wonderland celebration. Last year, our crowd was phenomenal. We had tons of people down here, from what I'm told, families everywhere, kids everywhere. It was a really fun time. It was everything that you want to do on a nice sunny winter day. Winter Wonderland, hosted by the Downtown Neighborhood Association, is just a fun family activity that really gets everyone into the spirit. The tree lighting happens towards the end of the event, so people can walk on over, see the Christmas tree lighting at the City of Elgin, and then just keep enjoying their day.
We have a special coming our way here on this edition of Elgin Today. We're at City Hall because it's raining today, but we have Ernie Broadnax here. And Ernie, well, congratulations. Recently, the kids of Ron O'Neill School took a tour of your old neighborhood, and they really showcased what it's all about, didn't they?
They did a wonderful job. They're mostly 4th, 5th, 6th graders. They did a great job. I was at the home where I was born.
475 Fremont?
475 Fremont, in the settlement area. And the kids did a great job going to each of them homes and telling about the families and descendants of the first black arrivals that lived in those homes.
Yeah, it dates all the way back to October of 1862, did they not?
October 1862, yes, October 10th.
So great history there. It's all part of your Project 231 video that you put together along with Grindstone a couple years ago.
Yes, done that with Phil Broxham from Grindstone. We took 2 years to do it. Phil's pretty busy. Phil also suggested that we make it a documentary, and I'm glad he made that suggestion.
Yeah, because it's a great tool now for learning. You're in every library in the state of Illinois.
Yes, I want to thank again personally Jesse White. A lot of people didn't know he was the Secretary of Libraries for the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
And when he was excited about getting it put into every library in the state of Illinois.
That's great.
So we had to come up with some funds to get over 800 copies made, and we came up with the funds and got them to his office, and he got it distributed for us.
Quickly, as we have just a couple minutes left, Project 231. Tell me what the 231 means.
The 2 stands for 2 railroad boxcars full of black slaves that came to Elgin. The 3 is the 3-block area they settled in: Fremont, Hickory, and Ann. The 400 block of those 3 streets, they built their first shacks.
And the one is Elgin.
And the one is the city of Elgin.
And of course, the kids tour, they covered those 3 blocks, and that's why they did research. They knew where the first Sherman Hospital was in a house, and they knew where the original settlement house was.
Yes.
And your house. You still have the B on the shutter. You can move back into your boyhood home. The Broadneck's still getting mail there, aren't
Still
they?
on the
That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we were so proud of that, and it's going to go into the U46 curriculum, is it not?
Yes, it is, and I'm proud of that. That's because the kids are going to get an opportunity to learn black history from way back then right up to today. And that's going to benefit black kids, white kids, Spanish kids, any kind of other cultures and organizations and races.
That's so true. And when we're here at City Hall, it's Robert Gilliam, his display here, of course, 40 years. He was a council member, so he's got this great remembrance here at City Hall, doesn't he?
Yes. And one of the kids did Robert Gilliam's home.
Oh, how nice.
They talked about Robert Gilliam.
Didn't Mayor Schock grow up in Fremont as well?
Mayor Schock grew up on Fremont, a block up from the settlement area.
That's
yes,
wonderful.
he did.
We're almost out of time. We want to say you're a great Marine. November 10th, this month, as we talk in November 10th, 1775, the Marines were created.
They sure were. And they were created to be fighting troops. And they ended up being fighting troops. Some of the best fighting troops.
Here's your Marine cap right here, young man. Put on your Marine cap for our camera. And,
normally, I sleep in this cap. I love the Marine Corps.
We zoom in, we give you that one shot with the Marines. Ernie Broadnax, we're always delighted to talk with you. Thanks for all your great work and this tour by the kids. They enjoyed it so much.
Well, thank you for this opportunity, Jeff. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
That's the well-known Ernie Broadnax from City Hall, talking about the great tour that took place by the Ron O'Neill School kids. Thanks. It's Monday, October 22nd, and Judson University President Dr. Gene Kroom announced to the student body that the school will begin a football program in the fall of 2019 with the intention of playing games in the fall of 2021. We got this reaction from the Director of Athletics.
Well, it's really exciting. You could tell the buzz in chapel right there. The kids were excited, the students were excited, and I think it's going to be a great endeavor we're doing.
2021, you got the coaching staff already in order, don't you?
We do. We got the majority of it. We got the base, and we're real excited about that.
Extremely excited. Local guy, born and raised in Bartlett, Illinois. Went to Driscoll Catholic in Addison. I've coached Illinois high school football for the past 18 years, and what an opportunity to have the opportunity of coaching here at Judson. The nice thing is this coaching staff, we're rooted here. We're all local guys. We've all coached, I think, from honestly youth all the way up, and it's a great opportunity to, I think, not only bring football to Judson, continue to do what we love to do, which is coaching football and having an impact on these young men's lives.
Hey, what do you think of Judson University students, how they'll feel about this?
It was actually really exciting. I didn't know what to expect, but it was really an awesome environment in the chapel. It seems like the school's really behind it, and I'm not knocking any other sport because I was always just a multi-sport athlete, and I love them all the same. Something just about college football and what it brings to a university, I think it sets the school year off right. I don't know if there's any better place than a Saturday afternoon watching football. So I think it's going to be an unbelievable opportunity to bring an entire community to Judson. Rally that community early in the year. And I think the demographics of this area, the location, the geographical location of where we're at it's just an awesome opportunity for us to and I think that offer the kids from this local area just another opportunity of continuing education. I don't think we have much competition as far as universities around here that offer football, so it's kind of a unique a unique situation.
Oh, it's football. I mean, it's college football. I'm very excited to come to Judson University. I mean, when you think of college sports, I mean, football has to be one of those first sports that comes to mind. Now we have the opportunity to bring it here to Judson. Incredible day, incredible feeling, great experienced coaching staff. Really gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah.
You'll have some long days, won't you?
Oh yes. So we're gonna have some opportunity to bring in some assistance from me though too as we get closer to football, because it is a lot of extra work. But it'll be exciting to have that opportunity to have other people working alongside and have an opportunity to make this happen. So.
Thanks, Austin Anderson. Hey, let's check in with the Elgin Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. We've got the executive director right here, Chrisley Murphy. Judson getting football. What does that mean to us here in Elgin?
We are so excited. This means that we are going to finally have our own college football team. This means hotel rooms for the area. This means more visitors coming to the restaurants. This is big news for all of us.
It's great, and it should bring a lot of folks in. And when they get to start playing in 2021, that means a lot of folks come to town.
Exactly. So then we'll have all those visiting teams in the hotels. We'll have all of them after the games checking out the restaurants.
Great.
I mean, this is big news.
Well, we appreciate that. We're going to take a look as we close here with Chrisley Murphy. Let's take a look at the coaching staff. And again, football coming to Judson University. Yay! We are delighted to have a special edition of Mayor Schock and Mayor Captain together. Mayor Captain, I've given away your special guest, but this is exciting, isn't it?
This is, and we're going to be celebrating Ed's contribution to the city of Elgin and to this facility, the rec center. And we council voted unanimously to rename this for him, and we'll be having a ceremony coming up here very shortly. And we're getting the signage and things ordered, and the plans are being made, so we're getting ready to move forward. But I wanted to do this today and talk about the history of this building, how it got started, why this location was picked. There's a lot of things in the background. Many people didn't live in Elgin when the plans were out here for this, and so I want to really bring them up to date as to why we did this downtown. And I think it's exciting to really celebrate Ed's contribution for this. So
Wonderful.
I think it's important for the community to know about this building and know, it was a really I know former Mayor Schock took a lot of hits for this, and discussions still go on, but I think that maybe we'll clear some of those things up today.
Wonderful. Well, back at Mayor Schock, good to see you again, young man. Good to see you.
Good to see you,
You're looking
Mayor.
great. Mayors, we have all the mayors of the current century right here. You 99 to 2011 and Mayor Captain to the present.
Now you're scared.
Yeah, I know. well, let's go back. A groundbreaking ceremony took place March 20, 2001. You had led that, as Mayor Captain mentioned, you had led that fight to make this happen. It must have been a great moment for you.
Oh, it was a terrific moment to see this come to fruition and to see what a wonderful facility it is. I haven't been to any place that has a facility quite like this. I mean, they have things similar to it, and that's how I got the idea of visiting other places, but I think ours tops them all.
Wonderful. And in the future, it'll be the Edward Schock Center of Elgin. That's a proud moment, isn't it?
Very humbling, very humbling.
Congratulations, that's a great idea. Well done,
Thank
Mayor.
you, Mayor.
No, this is well
Universal.
deserved. Yep, and there were a lot of discussions about cost. That, as there is always for city council and mayors, that why are we doing this and what's the advantage to us? And Mayor Schock did lead the fight for that for the city council, and it's really a tough process. And I was fortunate enough, I was a president of the Eagle Heights Association at that time, and they put together some committees to talk about the vision and what people thought. They involved the community as to what should be part of that, and I think that was why it finally kind of moved forward.
It's great. 184,000 square feet you've got right here, Mayor.
Yes, it's a large building, but I think the numbers that enjoy the center, who visit it, justify it. I mean, it's just, I think the expectation was not that it would have this many people coming to it every day.
Don't we have 1 million folks a year? Isn't that what
That's
I know?
pretty close to that, yeah. And this was an urban renewal project. People forget about that there were older buildings here that, I don't know in this day and age if people would want to go back and see if they could repurpose some of those, but they were ready to be demolished. Many of them went back to the 1800s.
Yeah.
And
Many were
so
just
that was
big
part of the
storage.
That was part of the
thing,
purpose,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was just storage facilities, most of them.
And then, of course, when it opened, it opens, you were there for the official opening on December 7th, 2002. That was a great moment as well.
Oh, it was a terrific moment to see it come to finally to fruition. And, there was so much misunderstanding in the community about what we were talking about. And there was concerns at the YM and YW about it, having a negative impact on them. But they have continued to thrive and prosper. They're different kinds of facilities. This facility and the two Ys are different. So I think everyone can be proud of this facility.
No question. And a city-run recreation center is rare, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and there was some opposition from people, and as anytime there's change, people, look at it as something that maybe we don't need to do that. I think that in my time on the city council, my time before that, I think just about every council member, including David Captain when he ran, thought that, well, we're going to make this thing make money. And we're going to come back here and change things. And my vision changed on this, and my perspective changed over time. And it's not important because Lord's Park doesn't make a lot of money either. And we look at it like a structure, and we're not competing with the commercial facilities, really. And some of the things that we do, as you can see the backdrop behind us, and I think this is kind of the message that I got. I see these people up here, hundreds every day, come here for nothing. Yeah. And what does it mean to the community? Here's people rehabbing. They're rehabbing from knees and hips and heart conditions. Older people are here in the wintertime. They don't fall, less risk from falling down, and it's being inside. That is worth a fortune to this community, and I think it's really. I think that's what really sells me on this, and I think that's the way I present it to people.
You've stayed in shape. You've walked from here to Springfield technically every year, don't you?
Yeah, right.
That's what it's all about.
Not quite. Not quite.
Mayor Schock, did you realize that this building, when it opened, would be the pickleball capital of the world?
I did not. I didn't even know what pickleball was.
It's playing right behind us here, Mayor. It's hot, isn't it, Mayor?
Yeah, it is. That's the big sport now.
It is. So get on your pickleball uniform.
I had never heard of pickleball before, so.
It's great. Any other thoughts about when you see this great structure, what it means to you?
Well, I'm very proud of the fact that we were able to get it done. It wasn't me alone. The council, everybody took some hits for it. The biggest challenge was explaining what the concept was. And I wouldn't have known either if my daughter hadn't been playing travel basketball. And we would go to all these other communities. We'd play like 40 games a year, all of them at somebody else's facility. Mm-hmm. And they would always say, well, we'd like to come to your facility for a game. And I said, well, we don't have a facility, so we'll play at your place. And it dawned on me that, a community the size of Elgin needed a facility, a multi-purpose facility like this.
And the fact that you've got Heritage Ballroom, you guys thought about that as well. Many events.
Meeting rooms and very, very well used. There's exercise rooms and senior facilities. They have down behind us there's the pool, and there's a therapy pool back there. So lots of, and that was part of the plan. I think there's something here for everybody. And Mayor Schock talked about basketball on Saturday mornings.
Oh, great!
The gym is full. There's kids here. There's all kinds, all ages, from 3 and 4 feet tall to young adults, and it's having a great time. And again, in a great facility.
And later, after your time as mayor, but the Elgin Sports Hall of Fame with your daughter in it is now right in this facility as well.
Yes,
she's
it
on the
is.
wall.
It's a good place. They really didn't have a home either. And that's a great thing, because we have so many former Elginites and present Elginites who were great athletes. And, to be able to post their accomplishments and have the recognition here is a great thing.
Good aspect.
It is, and it all ties together. All the pieces start to fall together with these kind of things. And people are always think, and again, pickleball being played down on the gym floor, but never knew what it was until about a year ago.
That's right. You'll have to Google that, Mayor.
Yeah, I'd never heard of pickleball before.
It's really popular. He's not kidding. If you don't, you have to get it. Your daughter probably knows all. Your daughters know.
They probably know.
Yeah.
The daughters.
So that's fun. We have a couple minutes left. Any other thoughts, Mayor?
Well, I think in the future of this building is, I think it's still great, and I think that the use is going up. We changed, some of the equipment got older, and it started, those things all feed off of each other. As the equipment got older, people started to go other places, so we upgraded the equipment.
Just a couple years ago.
Yeah, upgraded the equipment, and it's constant maintenance on a building like this. But people, as soon as we put new equipment in, the enrollments went up. The people that were getting the higher priced memberships, those skyrocketed and made a big difference. So it's part about running a building like this and government like this can sometimes be a business too. But we look at it from both sides.
Mayor Captain, Mayor Schock with us. You guys are both Elgin High grads and Bradley Brave grads.
Yes, yeah.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Bradley Brave.
Separated by
That's
1 year,
right.
basically.
Exactly, yeah.
So is that a law? You have to be.
They're going to have a good basketball team this year.
Are they?
Oh, are they?
Oh, yeah.
It's about time, Mayor.
They got everybody back.
See, he still knows his Bradley Braves.
We went through a drought. Boy, they were the doormats for a while, but that happens.
Everybody backed indeed. All right.
20-win season.
Is that right?
Yeah.
We're predicting right there. So that's what, 1 minute left. Any other final thoughts?
No, I think that, again, I think this is a great, for Mayor Schock and the effort that he put into this, I think it's a just and deserving honor. Very proud for the city council to vote on it. There was zero opposition.
Wonderful.
And
You said 120% behind it.
And I did, and I stand by that. And yeah, it's always about money, and there's always the naysayers. And I said, I don't care what, as long as the costs are reasonable, we don't care. We'll do it. So and people right away say, well, you guys are wasting taxpayer money again. But that's the way it is.
Well, Mayor Captain, Mayor Schock, we are honored to have you here. Congratulations, you two guys together. You've been great mayors.
Well, thank you. I want to thank the mayor and the city council for bestowing this honor upon me. It really means a lot to me.
Congratulations. Soon to be called the Edward Schock Center of Elgin, Mayor and mayors. So that's where we are today. All right, pickleball uniform for you.
Pickleball.
Yeah, that's for your Christmas.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, well,
As soon as we find out.
From the future Edward Schock Center of Elgin, for Mayor Schock, for Mayor Captain, I'm Jeff Myers. Thanks for watching. Elgin Today was proud to go to a big annual event at the Elgin Public Museum in Lords Park as we hear from the executive director of the museum, Peggy Stromberg.
Today is National Native American Day and the Bison Blessing. We've been doing this about 20 years. Joseph Schranz from the Ojibwe White Earth Group comes and does the blessing, and it's very important to us because the Native Americans were here first, and they were right here in this park. We found artifacts belonging to them over the years, and we always have a great crowd. This year, this is only about the second time in 20 years that we've had rain, so we've been lucky. When we don't have rain, we have 100 people in the circle every year at least. But this is not bad. We've got a craft show inside, and so people will be happy, I think. And it's all Native American in the kind of craft it is too. Yes, we've got Touching on Traditions coming up. We'll be putting that together later on in November, and it'll open Thanksgiving weekend.
I'm Sarah Russell. I'm the museum coordinator here at the Elgin Public Museum. And on November 9th, we are going to have our monthly science night. And that month we'll have geology. So you'll get to come in and crack open some geodes. There will be volcano explosions. You'll get to learn all about minerals, and it will be a fantastic, fun time.
It's our delight here at the center of Elgin and the Elgin Sports Hall of Fame wall. We're talking with a new member. November 4th, you went in, sir, and Richard Hersey, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here. It's an honor. It's been a long time, but I'm really honored to be here.
Wonderful.
I appreciate it.
We want to remind everybody you're a great 1976 running back with the Maroons, 1,300 yards, but you have a bit of a story. You missed a couple of games, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I missed the first two games. The first game was against Elgin, against Hershey High School.
So Hersey didn't play against Hershey?
Hershey did not play against
That doesn't
Hershey.
happen often, Richard.
No. And the second game, the U46 school district went on strike.
Wow.
And so the last minute, we got a game against Evergreen Park.
Wow.
And I didn't play in that game. And from that point on, we lost our first three games.
Yeah.
And then after that, Coach Stevens made a change and said I was going to go with me. And
you were it.
And
there were
from there,
games like 44, 43, so you 1,300 yards that year, which is a school record still. How many touchdowns that year?
I think I had 18 that year.
In a 7-game schedule?
Well, one game playoff, but it's 8-game schedule. That year, I had my brother play with me. I had a good offensive line. Mel Cole was my right tackle. David, my brother, was the tight end. Had a lot of good offensive line. Rodney McWhorter, Dave Guterman. Those guys was great guys.
Because the next team, the 77 team, it goes to the playoffs, has a great year. So it's a good sequence of action there for Elgin, isn't it?
Yeah, my brother and Jerome Cunningham and Howard Taylor, those guys, Ricky Bell, they followed right on in. And when I was following them and looking at them,
they were 10-1.
They was 10-1 and lost against East Lighton, I think, in the semifinals.
Yeah.
And David went on to Arizona. And,
your brother.
Right. For college. And at that time, I had went to DeAnza Junior College in Cupertino, California.
That's right. I want to remind everybody in that same conference that O.J. Simpson played in. You broke all of O.J. Simpson's rushing records, did you not, conference-wise?
Correct.
Wow.
And yes, that following year, that was my freshman year.
Yeah.
My sophomore year, we went undefeated. We won the state. I led the nation in rushing and was second in all-purpose yards.
Where was that JUCO at?
DeAnza Junior College in Cupertino, California, right outside of Redwood City.
Really?
Yeah.
You're living the good life out there. And from there you went to Arizona, young man.
Correct.
University of.
Correct. My sophomore year after that season, I had scholarships to USC, Oklahoma, Texas.
That's great.
Coach Mason was the coach at Arizona at the time, and he called and said, you know what? You know your brother's here. We redshirted him, and he's going to start next year at tight end. And I said, color me in. And
you went? Your brother and you played that next season?
Yes,
together?
we played.
At Arizona. That's
together.
Great moment for Elgin High.
Yep.
We'll show it here up close, but we're going to run out of time quickly. You've got your Fiesta Bowl ring. Just hold it up. We'll flash that later. There you go. Official Fiesta Bowl ring, 1980. You still live in town, sir?
Correct. I'm living in Elgin.
You're quite the caterer, is that right?
Yes, I have a catering. I've been in catering now for about 20-some years. Found another passion other than sports after, the knees and the back went, and worked for about 20 years, 12 at Holiday Inn, 8 at Fancy Food Catering, and this year will be the second year I started for Eats and Beat Catering.
Is that right?
Yeah, we have a catering company that does DJing and food.
Wonderful. Your story is remarkable. We're running out of time. Richard Hersey, we're so delighted you're in the hall. We've talked for many years that you deserve to be in there, and with your incredible career and that great run that Elgin had there, we're right there with you, and it's great that you're on the wall here starting after November 4th.
I appreciate it. It's an honor, and there's another guy that should be in there, my brother David. Don't forget about advocating for him because he's one of the top tight ends around here that ever played besides
Wonderful.
Dave Casper.
We'll negotiate with Ron Lang on that issue. Hey, we'll get out of here. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you.
Fiesta Bowl ring and all. That's our conversation. New Elgin Sports Hall of Famer, Richard Hersey. You can learn more about the information you saw here in Elgin today or about city services, programs, and events by going to the Elgin website at www.cityofelgin.org. And now the City of Elgin has a 311 contact center. Elgin 311. Call, click, connect by calling 311, the city's information and request resource. Elgin Today is produced for the City of Elgin by BTE Video. Our staff includes still photographer on the left, Bruce Shipyor. On the right, it's camera operator and exquisite technician, Jeremy Hayes. And yours truly, Jeff Myers. Thanks for watching Elgin Today.